Welcome to Pete's NFL Buffalo Bills picks for the 2022-2023 season. This is the season-ending wrap video. My name is Peter Blay. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for watching. Before I go any further, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor, 26 Shirts, at 26 Shirts on Twitter, 26shirts.com on the internet, and of course on Facebook. Thank you guys for another year of sponsorship. Dell, I love your crew, love what they do. One of these days I'm going to get out and see your shop out there in Buffalo. We'll see what happens. Maybe this spring when we have some good weather. So we're talking about end of year. And now, quick hit on the Bengals-Bills game. I apologize I'm late with this video. Unfortunately, the day of the Bills-Bengals game at halftime, my house decided it wasn't happy of the game, and my hot water tank went and flooded my basement. So it was a couple of days of panic there to get things cleaned up. No permanent damage. We lucked out on that. Then I got real sick, and I still am, but I'm getting better. Excuse me. So we are talking about the Bengals-Bills. Yeah, we came out flat. There's no question about it. I will agree with Milano. I just didn't see anyone bouncing around full of energy, ready to go. I just didn't see it. It is what it is. I don't blame Stefon Diggs for being furious at that game. This is a man who plays with passion. And, he and Josh are best friends, and sometimes best friends get really pissed off at each other, and they need to have it out. So I credit that for that. They'll be back. They'll be back together soon. So this was a tough season, guys. This team fought a lot of adversity. Got to remember, Dawson Knox's brother's passing. 2 gigantic snowstorms. One forcing us to go to a whole nother city for a game. Looking at, it's just crazy. We're lucky Josh didn't get majorly hurt with his elbow to the point where he couldn't throw, like Brock Purdy. Looking at our free agents. What do we got? I wrote down a few ideas here. I'm just going to go through some names that I got here. Oh, and by the way, I do want to give a call out, a shout out to Julia Mafia Babe, from co-host of the Mafia Kingdoms podcast. She and I have been chatting it up a bit about some ideas for next season, and she's pretty funny. So I was looking at our free agent list, coming up with some ideas. Just got to go through a few names I wrote down. Sam Martin, he's our punter. Yeah, punters, you can get a dime a dozen, but he knows the wins in Buffalo now. I think we ought to keep him. And give him another year, see how he does. Case Keenum. We need a reliable backup. Okay, now given our backups don't play that much because Josh owns the stadium and he owns the team, but we need to have a reliable backup. And I think he did okay when he was out there. Yeah, he threw a couple interceptions, but the fact is that our backups just don't play that much. It's worth it to have a good, solid one for when we do. Devin Singletary, running back. I've heard an idea that the team's considering starting James Cook in 2023, and I'm kind of excited for that. He's got some motor. He's got a motor. Singletary. He's got some energy. I would love to see him get more carries. Devin's going to want a lot of money. Now, here's the deal. Remember, Josh's salary goes up this year significantly to nearly 1/6 of our entire cap. That's going to have to be looked at. We cannot afford a ton of people. I would gladly take Singletary maybe on a 1-year deal, maybe a 2-year deal, 3 if the price is right. He has done everything we've ever asked. And it depends if he wants to be a backup running back, but I don't think he wants to. Maybe co-leaders of the pack with Cook, co-starters, I'm not sure. Shaq Lawson, he reinvented his career this year. He came back after Miami dumped him, used and abused him. And he really did. And, he didn't have a ton of sacks, but he brings a source of energy and a strong commitment to this team. And I would like to see him back on a 1-year deal. Jameson Crowder, yes, bring him back. We missed him when he went out with his injury. I truly think that we wouldn't have brought back Beasley if he was still playing. Jordan Phillips, he tore his shoulder. He had a really hard time with that shoulder. He gutted that thing out big time. I have a bad shoulder, not torn, but just the way it aches, I some days, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything with it. I can only imagine with it being completely torn. That's going to be amazingly painful. I give Jordan Phillips a ton of credit for gutting it through the season. Tommy Sweeney spent a lot of games as a healthy scratch. Nice kid. Again, he's done everything we wanted. But we have Quentin Morris now. Do we really need Tommy Sweeney? I think Quentin Morris, being a rookie, is going to be on the upswing. I think this kid's got a hell of a lot of potential. And maybe it's time to let Tommy test the waters. Now, in terms of restricted free agents, and I might get some heat for this one, I like Dane Jackson. I also like Tyrel Dodson. Tyrel Dodson filled in well when he was needed. Dane Jackson, he's got a habit of not looking back for the ball, so we don't know what he's doing, but he could be coached on that. We have a new safety coach, so it's going to bring a new approach, and I think he will benefit well from that. So that's what I had. Now, Edmonds versus Poyer. Now, I like Poyer. Don't get me wrong. He's got guts. He's also been really hurt this year. Multiple injuries. We all know his wife wants to go down south, Rachel Bush. But what she says has no impact on my thinking. However, he may want to, his wife may kind of lay it down. Go to Florida, that's it. I don't know. I don't know if she wears the pants in the family or not. Edmonds, people like to bash him, and I just don't agree. He's got a motor. He was watching the last few games. I especially paid attention to him, and almost every play I saw him active on every defensive play. He can go sideline to sideline. No issue there at all. He's pretty healthy for his, he's young, 25, I believe. He's got a lot of time left. I say we keep Edmonds and wish Jordan Poyer the best of luck and best wishes. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on what I brought up. In terms of Frazier and our Dorsey, I've heard rumors that Frazier is not under contract anymore. I can't verify that. That could be wrong. He could still be under contract. If so, he is a good coach. I truly believe that. Not a head coach anymore. No, he doesn't have that in him. But I do believe he is a decent man, a good man, I just think this team got exhausted. 2 storms, the emotional effect of Knox, Damar going down. That's going to affect everyone. I think everyone was just tired. I think Micah Hyde going down took a lot of gas out of some people's tanks because he's just such a leader. And he'll be back. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on what I've said here. I do expect Josh to be back and at full strength in the new season. And we'll be ready to go. And I appreciate you guys. I think this is the longest video I've ever done. My name is Peter Blais. I want to thank you very much for watching the 2022-2023 Pete's NFL Buffalo Bills picks for the season wrap video. It has been a pleasure. I look forward to talking to you guys next year. And going to work on putting some more content together and see what we can do. Thank you very much. Might have some surprises lined up for next year. Who knows? I got things in the works. Have a great off season. It is always a pleasure. Talk to you later. Thank you. Go Bills.